This was examination session and you all have been allotting marks to your children. So I thought, why not I also ask you your numbers. Most of you, I would not say most of you, just 20% of you sat for the exam. Just 20%. Rest of you, if you know your numbers, means you have been sitting as an open candidate from elsewhere. I hope you have got what I am trying to say by asking you your numbers. What does your numbers mean? In what context am I asking? Blood pressure, right. So blood pressure is the number which I want to know. See, when you allot numbers, why do you allot numbers to your kids? Why do you give marks? Because you want them to know their academic performance for the whole year. Similarly, blood pressure is an index of your health. So I wanted you to know your numbers so that you know how healthy you are. But a very unfortunate thing is, I think वो घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर होती है. So hardly 20% turned up to me to get their medical checkup done. And I think quite a lot of you know your numbers, you know your blood pressure. As I said, you must have appeared as an open candidate, sat at some different examination center and got your blood pressure checked once or the other. So, but to just tell you the importance of blood pressure, we'll start with the basics. Let us first understand what blood pressure is. And before we go ahead with understanding what blood pressure is, I would like to tell you that hypertension is soon being dubbed as the worst epidemic which is going to affect mankind. Why? Because at least 1 of 5 Indian adults is hypertensive. And that is why India is being called as the hypertensive capital of the world. Earlier it was known as just the diabetic capital of the world. Now it is going to get a new name, hypertensive capital of the world also. So hypertension is responsible for, why is it alarming? Because it is responsible for about 57% of all the stroke deaths. I think everybody knows what is stroke. मालूम है paralysis का diet जिसको कहते हैं in usual local terms. And CHD. CHD is okay, this is a homework for you. Find out. Fine? You are also used to giving homework, so I am also giving you a homework. Next, this is a snapshot of the prevalence of hypertension. Hypertension is prevalent in about 23.10% men and 22. I think we can leave this. Let's cut short the presentation. What is important is, by the year, WHO has estimated, by the year 2025, about 1.56 billion Indians will be affected by high blood pressure, that is hypertension. That is almost 1/4 of the world's population. जितनी वर्ल्ड की पॉपुलेशन है उतना हाइपरटेंशन इंडिया में. And to understand all this, and why am I telling you all this, there must be some reason to it. We need to know why blood pressure is becoming such a menace and why is it alerting everyone. Why is WHO or other health bodies concerned about it? Let us understand first what blood pressure exactly is. Blood pressure is made out of 2 terms, blood and pressure. So I think it is self-explanatory. It is the pressure of the blood. But where is the pressure being applied? The pressure is being applied, this force or pressure is being applied on the walls of the blood vessels through which the blood is flowing, like the arteries and the veins. But the blood pressure is counted as the pressure which is exerted by the blood against the walls of the arteries. And it is calculated in millimeters of mercury. Everything has a unit. So the unit of blood pressure is millimeters of mercury, and it is taken as 2 numbers, you all know. 120 by 80, 130 by 90. That is the way usually, if you have got a blood pressure check, you must have known that I will always write the numbers like this. So it is taken as 2 readings, the systolic and the diastolic reading. The systolic reading is the reading of the pressure that the blood exerts against the wall of the arteries when the heart is contracting. When the heart is contracting, what is it doing? It is pumping blood to different organs of the body. So that is the systolic reading, the higher number. And the diastolic number is the lower number, which is the blood pressure when the heart is in the resting phase. Resting phase means it is not always contracting. If you hear the heart sound, how do you hear them? Lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. So in between the lub and the dub, there is a pause. That pause is when the heart is in the resting phase. But why does the heart need to rest? What is the heart doing the resting phase. The blood is being circulated into various organs of the body. Okay? And when the blood has to reach from the heart to the head, it is moving in the anti-gravity direction. It's anti-gravity. Gravity से तो आराम से नीचे चला जाएगा. So when it has to move to the head, it needs some kind of pressure. If you remember the plumbing system of your house, जब नीचे पानी आता है corporation का, all of you are getting water from NCD. So how do you collect it in your water tanks? Through a motor. What is the purpose of the motor? To increase the pressure. It sucks the blood. It sucks the water and takes you to your plumbing system, the taps. Okay. The same thing. That is a function of the blood pressure. It is making the blood reach the various organs of the body. So if somebody uses the term that I don't have blood pressure, is that right or wrong? Wrong. What should that person say?
I have a normal blood pressure.
I have a normal blood pressure, or I don't have a high blood pressure or a low blood pressure. That should be the exact term. So some people usually ask me which is the worst to rise, the systolic or the diastolic. Which do you think is worst to rise? Both of them are equally important. Okay? Next is the blood, as I said, the blood pressure will keep on fluctuating throughout the day. It is a very vital part of our circulatory system, the blood pressure and the blood movement throughout the body. So it keeps moving up and down throughout the day, and these ups and downs are not supposed to be taken as wrong. Sometimes it will increase, sometimes it will decrease. When will it increase? When do you think it should increase? When you are very active, either you are running, exercising, or when you are stressed, right? You are stressed. Everybody knows this. What else? The heartbeat also increases at that time.
Anxiety,
working harder. Isn't it? Anxiety, right? If you are depressed, anxious, depression normally the blood pressure comes down. But if you are very anxious and if you are having palpitation, what happens in anxiety is you start having palpitation, isn't it? So at that time, your blood pressure rises. So these are the times when your blood pressure will rise. When you are active, when you are excited, when you are practicing sports, stressed or nervous. Okay? And it will decrease. When do you think it should decrease? When you are at rest, when you are sleeping. Sleeping is a kind of rest. What else? One more thing. Yes, yoga also reduces what else? Meditation, very important. People who meditate, while they are meditating, their blood pressure will come down. So, when will we term the blood pressure to be high or call it as a hypertensive episode? If it is moving up and down throughout the day, like I am excited right now, I am sure my blood pressure will be high. Very enthusiastic and anxious also a little bit. And all of you must be stressed because you have to sit here and listen to me. So all of your blood pressures will also be high. If we check the blood pressure at this point. But that doesn't mean that we are hypertensive. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मेरे को blood pressure हो रहा है तो मैं hypertensive patient हूँ या आप hypertensive patient. So when you label a patient as hypertensive? Only when the blood pressure remains high for most of the time, for an extended period of hours if it remains, then you are labeled as a hypertensive. Next, before we go ahead with why it is important to learn more about hypertension, I would like to tell you the types of hypertension. Because most of the management of hypertension will depend upon what type of hypertension you are suffering from. There are two types of hypertension. The first one is called as the primary or the essential hypertension. The second one is called as the secondary hypertension. The primary hypertension or essential hypertension. In fact, you must remember wherever a word essential comes in medical practice, it means we don't know the cause. It is idiopathic. किसी भी मेडिकल टर्मिनोलॉजी के साथ अगर एसेंशियल लग गया हमें उसका रीजन नहीं पता आज तक मेडिकल साइंस उसका रीजन नहीं निकाल पाई है द कॉज इज नॉट नोन सेकेंडरी मींस व्हेन इट कम्स सेकेंडरी टू और इट कम्स एज एन इफेक्ट ऑफ सम अदर डिजीज दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सेकेंडरी so essential hypertension or primary hypertension we do not have any clear understanding of the cause of that but it is a result of an interplay between certain genetic and environmental factors. We will come to know about those genetic and environmental factors later in the next slide. But some of the things which can lead to primary hypertension are obesity, smoking, alcohol, diet and heredity. These are few important things which can lead to primary hypertension or essential hypertension. Secondary hypertension. Teachers especially are in a habit of copying a lot of ibuprofen and painkillers. सिर में दर्द हो रहा है, कंधों में दर्द हो रहा है, कॉपी चेक करते हैं कि एक ibuprofen कॉपी कर लो कोई बात नहीं. or with so much of pollutants, I have one allergic patient sitting with me who have special teachers. Special teachers, they are in the habit of popping ibuprofen and rest of the painkillers and cold and flu medications also. They raise your blood pressure. So before you pop that pill indiscriminately, please remember it might raise your blood pressure. You may fall in the trap of blood pressure. So please be warned about this and take time before you have these medicines. Some steroids, some diet pills, birth control pills, they also raise blood pressure. So these are the reasons for secondary hypertension. It can be very difficult diseases or some untreatable diseases or treatable also, which can cause blood pressure to rise. Some kidney diseases or tumors or hyperthyroidism. They can also raise your blood pressure, because if you know hyperthyroidism, it raises the anxiousness level of the person. The person will remain anxious, stressed, will not sleep. That will result again in high blood pressure. So these are few diseases which can result in high blood pressure. Coming on to the first one now. Now we'll discuss each one in detail. How this interplay is affecting the blood pressure. We will take up few factors first and the others later. The first factors will be the one which we cannot control. The first few factors are those which we do not have any control on. Do we have any control over our age? We have to age. Everybody has expiry. Medicine सब चीज़ों की ऐसे mankind की भी expiry. तो expiry date तो तभी होगी जब हमारी age बढ़ती जाएगी. So age is not in our hand. Here females have got an advantage over males. Men are more prone to primary hypertension above the age of 55, whereas females are more prone to hypertension above the age of 65. But this is becoming null and void now. We are all in the same, sailing in the same boat, whether it is men or women. We are getting equally affected. This is written in the papers and books, but actually the story is a little different. The next is, what else can't we change out of all these factors? Can we change our gender? Of course, अगर कुछ ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होगी या gender change के साथ तब होगा. Otherwise, gender का effect है, ठीक है? If you are a female, again, as I said, you have an advantage over the male. Then family history, can we choose our parents? No. choose ही नहीं कर सकते ना. अगर family history है, parents को hypertension है, दादा दादी को hypertension है, तो possibly है कि आपको भी होगा. So these are few of the factors which are not under our control. But there are various other factors which can be moderated or controlled by us. The first is what? Out of all this, alcohol and tobacco in the first place. But how does it affect tobacco? What effect does tobacco, or I'll come to the other thing also, which is not again under our control right now. Okay. Tobacco, what it does is, it causes our blood vessels to lose their elasticity. ब्लड वेसल्स इलास्टिक होते हैं, जब उनमें से ब्लड फ्लो करता है, इलास्टिक होने के कारण वो एक्सपैंड कर जाते हैं और ब्लड ज़्यादा प्रेशर से फ्लो नहीं करता है. बट व्हेन द ब्लड वेसल्स दे लूज देयर इलास्टिसिटी, व्हाट विल हैपन इज द ब्लड हैज टू फ्लो थ्रू द ब्लड वेसल्स विद हाई प्रेशर ओनली, क्योंकि एक्सपैंड नहीं कर रहे, प्रेशर तो बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा. सो दिस इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ टोबैको एंड इट्स रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स ऑन ब्लड प्रेशर. बट आई मस्ट टेल यू, pollution has also got a similar effect. That is why so many Delhiites are suffering from hypertension. So it's an indirect cause which can be put under the controllable category also and non-controllable category also. We have our personally, if we start sharing multiple reasons, we can cite for this, then we can try and control our pollution. But somewhere personal जो है हमारा control कम है. It's a control of the society. It's a control of the society that is required in general. So coming on to diabetes also has similar effect. It will harden your arteries, they will lose their elasticity, and again the same problem will occur. Coming on to elevated serum lipids. What are lipids? Lipids are kind of fats. I think everybody has heard of cholesterol. Cholesterol नहीं बढ़ना चाहिए. Cholesterol is also a type of lipid. There are various other types of lipids apart from cholesterol, triglycerides, then LDL, HDL. You need not know in detail about them. You just need to know that it is a type of fat. So when your lipids, or in your terms, if your cholesterol increases, what's going to happen is, it is going to narrow your arteries, because cholesterol or fat will deposit in the arteries and the lumen will become small. When the lumen becomes small, the same problem. छोटी पाइप है तो उसमें से जल्दी से ज़्यादा प्रेशर से निकलना पड़ेगा. उतना ब्लड है लेकिन उसको प्रेशर से ज़्यादा निकलना पड़ेगा. Dietary sodium. Some people say, if I don't take salt, I will not have blood pressure. Is it right? It is right to some extent. Let us understand how sodium intake. What is our salt? It's sodium chloride. So when you take sodium, science people will know, concentrated है ना? ठीक है, हमारे blood में concentration sodium की जैसी बढ़ेगी, हमारी body का system है उसको dilute करने का. It will become more concentrated. So it will absorb more water. When it absorbs more water, what happens is your blood volume increases. Blood की volume ज़्यादा बढ़ गई, तो heart को ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा, वो जोर से जल्दी प्रेस करेगा, ज़्यादा प्रेशर से प्रेस करेगा, and your blood pressure will rise. That is the way how your dietary sodium affects your blood pressure. But our body has got its own system to increase the excretion of sodium through our kidneys. But kidney function will get deteriorated with age and with so many other factors. So direct link नहीं है, but indirect link salt का जरूर है. Salt को हम कैसे ठीक करेंगे उस पे बात करेंगे. The next is obesity, weight. How does weight affect your blood pressure? The more the weight, that means you have area which is to be supplied by blood. But again the heart has to push more and supply to that larger surface area. Ethnicity is not in our hands. Whether we were born as Indians or as African Americans, that is not in our hands. Stress, sedentary lifestyle is. If we are leading a sedentary lifestyle and we are not exercising, we are not opening up more capillaries which will provide blood supply. Okay? We are not increasing the network. अगर घर में नल ज़्यादा हो तो एक नल में प्रेशर कम आता है, सारे खोल दो, है ना? कम आता है ना अगर सारे नल खोल दो, है ना? Same thing. हम कैपिलरी नेटवर्क बढ़ाते हैं अपना by exercising. So in that we are leading a sedentary lifestyle, our blood pressure will be high. Last is stress. Seriously, I didn't know where to put it. Whether it is a controllable factor or it is an uncontrollable factor. Because it has become a part and parcel of our lives. Isn't it? It is running like a background music in our lives. And sometimes out of control. कुछ चीजें तो control कर लेते हैं, कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So it all depends upon you. It's an individual thing where you want to place it. I am still in a crux where to place it. Next. So if you want to know whether we have to ring the alarm bells or not, we need to know what is a normal blood pressure, when are we at risk, and when we fall into the hypertensive category. 120 by 80 up to, just remember the word 120 by 80, up to 120 by 80. So if your blood pressure is 110 by 70, you are normal. It doesn't mean that 120 by 80 है तो मेरा blood pressure तो गड़बड़ है. It's not that. So up to 120 by 80 is a normal blood pressure. At risk category is from, when the systolic blood pressure is from 120 to 139, that is less than 140. And from 80 to 89, that is less than 90. When you reach the category of greater than or equal to 140 by 90, you become an hypertensive. You are labeled as an hypertensive or a patient of high blood pressure. This is a chart which shows where you are put at risk. The red color is the risk category or the high blood pressure category, and the low blood pressure category is marked in blue. Can somebody tell me which will be considered as low? Below what? From this chart. Can anyone read the chart? 90 by 60. Very good. So 90 by 60 is the blood pressure. Below that is considered to be low blood pressure. We have lots of BP meters available in the market, and people come and ask me about the choice of the BP meter, which one should we buy. So we have digital ones, we have needle ones, we have manual mercury ones, we have mercury free ones. All of them are good, but the manual ones are the best, whether it is mercury free or with mercury. They outshine others. But for home usage, these days very good and very nicely calibrated digital BP meters are also available. You can buy them for your home use. What will depend is how accurately you measure the blood pressure depends your way of measuring it or whether you are doing it appropriately or not. You need a lot of coordination between what you are hearing and what you are seeing when you are checking it manually, but not with the digital ones. Digital ones will just give you a reading. But before you go ahead with checking the blood pressure, remember, as I told, if you are running, exercising or jumping or dancing, your blood pressure will be high. Or if you had caffeine or alcohol, your blood pressure will be high. So 30 minutes, last point, 30 minutes before you get your blood pressure checked, you should not have had caffeine, you should not have run, you should not have exercised, you should not have smoked. Only then your blood pressure reading will be accurate. Okay? And then where the patient is seated, how the patient is seated, that is also equally important. If I am checking your blood pressure while you are standing, blood pressure reading will not be accurate. Okay? You should be seated, relaxed manner with your legs hanging down, touching the feet. If you are there hanging, support नहीं है तो वैसे ही blood pressure बढ़ा है, आपका blood pressure बढ़ रहा हो, नीचे रख लो, हाँ, ठीक है? तो लटका के रखोगे तो blood pressure बढ़ेगा, लटकाना नहीं है, जमीन के साथ टच करना, you are getting support now. You are not putting a lot of strain on your legs, so that's the reason. Your feet should be on the floor and arms should be supported at heart level. So usually most of the doctors' table are at the level of the chest. Their seats will be high, yours will be low. ताकि जो BP में आए आपके हार्ट के लेवल पे आए, तब ब्लड प्रेशर चेक करते हैं, ठीक है? After you have made the patient seated or yourself seated in this manner, then you will start checking the blood pressure either with the digital one or the manual one. One more thing which is very important is an appropriate size of cuff. We have been so many people sitting here, but all of us are different size. Somebody is thin, somebody is fat. We have different size of our width of our arms. So similarly, the cuff size will also differ. To know whether the cuff of your BP meter is of appropriate size or not, just check the bladder. Bladder is the portion which gets filled with air. That should cover at least 80% of your arm. That means this cuff size is appropriate for you. Okay? If that cuff size is appropriate, that means your blood pressure reading will be approximately appropriate only, correct only. And again, you need at least 2 measurements, 10 minutes apart. ये ideal है, होता नहीं है वैसे, करता नहीं है कोई भी. Ideal condition में आपको 2 readings लेने चाहिए 10 minutes apart. Only then you should be sure, then you are sure कि आपको high blood pressure है. उसके अलावा दूसरे आर्म पे भी चेक होना चाहिए. It should be checked on the contralateral arm also. If the contralateral arm is also showing high blood pressure, that means you might be hypertensive. There is more to it. Abhi bhi I am saying might be. We'll come to that. Why might be? As I said earlier, when you are checking with the manual one, you need to have a lot of coordination between your side and what you are hearing. When you are checking the blood pressure, what you will do is, you must have noticed that I inflate the cuff. प्रेस करके बल्ब को मैं इन्फ्लेट करती हूँ कफ को और फिर आप बस वहाँ पर स्टेप लगा के मैं सुनती हूँ. मैं क्या सुनती हूँ? I hear 2 sounds, one or more other sounds. जब मैंने कफ लगाया यहाँ पर बांधा, मैंने क्या किया? यहाँ की आपकी सर्कुलेशन बंद कर दी, तभी आपको बड़ा सुन लगना शुरू हो जाता है, हाथ भारी लगना शुरू हो जाता है. I am blocking the circulation here, and when I deflate the bulb, जब मैं उसमें से हवा निकालती हूँ, the blood gradually starts flowing through those vessels. जब वो फ्लो करना शुरू होता है तो मेरे कान में स्टेप से एक आवाज आती है. 1 or more than 1 sounds I might hear. मुझे रजिस्टर करना है मुझे कब वो कान में सुनाई पड़ रही है और वहाँ ऊपर कौन सी रीडिंग है. दिस मच ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड. तो उस टाइम में जो रीडिंग वहाँ पर आ रही है वो आपका सिस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर है. फिर ग्रेजुअली जब वो फ्लो एस्टैब्लिश हो जाता है वो साउंड चली जाती है. जब वो साउंड जाती है दैट इज द डायस्टोलिक प्रेशर. So my eyes and ears need to be coordinated for that period of time. That is how you check it manually. Next is, see, I have been talking so much about blood pressure. Naturally, the question that must be coming into your mind is, how would we know that we have blood pressure? सबको check करना कराते हैं. But the most dangerous aspect of blood pressure is, or high blood pressure, I would call it. Even I am speaking wrong. High blood pressure is that it is a very silent disease. It doesn't give you any symptoms till the target organ damage is done. End organ damage होनी शुरू हो जाएगी तब symptoms आने शुरू होंगे. उससे पहले कोई symptoms नहीं आते. कुछ पता ही नहीं लगेगा blood pressure है and आपने जैसे routine checkup हो उसमें पता लगा या फिर you went to the doctor for some other issue and while talking to you about that other issue the doctor checked. On a routine examination you might come to know. या फिर ऐसा होता है किसी का ब्लड प्रेशर चेक हो रहा है आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी यू आल्सो लेंगे अराउंड मेरा भी चेक कर दो घर में अगर कोई हाइपरटेंसिव है तब आपको पता लगता है. So usually it is very silent. However, in some cases, some patients might experience some symptoms which are as follows. The first one is either you have headache, pounding of the heart and chest, or you might have a nosebleed or bleeding into the eye, red eyes देखिए कभी कभी, और किसी को सांस लेने में दिक्कत हो सकती है, फेंट हो गया कोई, किसी को चक्कर आ रहा है. These are few of the symptoms, but usually these symptoms they come later on. They don't come early to warn you. Okay? So as I said, it is a deadly but a silent killer. The diagnosis of hypertension, मैंने पहले कहा था ना, I come to that diagnosis कैसे होता है. Diagnosis of hypertension needs a pattern of readings. Pattern of readings नहीं मतलब है एक isolated reading ज़्यादा है, इसका मतलब मैं आपको label नहीं करूँगी hypertensive. The doctor will recommend you to take your blood pressure or get your blood pressure checked at least twice in a day, morning and evening, okay, and report to the doctor after that. And if more than 50% of the readings are on the higher side, you can be labeled as hypertensive. More than 50% of it. If more than half of the readings is on the higher side. And these two readings, as I said, ideal setting में 2 reading होनी चाहिए, 10 मिनट apart हो कोई नहीं. आइडियल नहीं है, पर अगर घर पे कर सकते हो तो कर लो. होता क्या है, मैं इस पर भी आता हूँ, लास्ट पॉइंट पे आऊँगी इसको भी. बीपी मेजरमेंट जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, they should be taken in both the arms. And अगर एक आर्म में ज़्यादा आती है, एक में कम आती है, तो कौन सी लेनी चाहिए? नहीं, लेफ्ट राइट कुछ नहीं है. ज़्यादा वाली कम वाली, ज़्यादा वाली नहीं सोचना दूसरे वाले में कम आ रही थी वो ठीक है, जिसमें ज़्यादा आ रही है वो ठीक है. ज़्यादा नंबर सबको पसंद आते हैं, बच्चों को तो ज़्यादा नंबर पसंद आते हैं, बताएंगे आपको कभी नंबर ज़्यादा दे दी कभी आगे बताएंगे ज़्यादा वाले नंबर ठीक है, हम नहीं बता रहे अगर नंबर नहीं ज़्यादा नहीं हो, इसलिए मैं भी ज़्यादा नंबर वाले की दी. ठीक है, that is the right reading. And last point I have written is white coat syndrome. What is white coat? White coat is a coat which is traditionally worn by doctors, is it? So when you are going to the doctor and you find that your blood pressure comes raised, while you are at home your blood pressure is okay. What does it mean? टेंशन होगी. तो हाइपरटेंशन है या नहीं है, ये बताओ. उसको कहेंगे हाइपरटेंशन? नहीं. उसको तरीका क्या है जानने का? कैसे जानेंगे? कैसे जानेंगे कि कौन सी रीडिंग ठीक है, घर वाली ठीक है कि डॉक्टर के पास वाली ठीक है? डॉक्टर के पास वाली यहाँ गलत हो, घर वाली ठीक है. Because there are some settings in which you don't feel comfortable, like the medical settings, whereas home is a comfortable environment. But still, to recheck, what you can do is, हो सकता है आपका बीपी मीटर गलत कैलिब्रेटेड हो घर वाला, तो क्या करोगे? अपना बीपी मीटर डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाओ, अपना बीपी चेक कराओगे डॉक्टर के बीपी मीटर से, फिर अपने बीपी मीटर से 10 मिनट बाद चेक करोगे. ठीक है, अगर सेम आ रही है उसमें रीडिंग, इसका मतलब आपका बीपी मीटर बिल्कुल ठीक है, और आपने जो घर में रीडिंग ली थी वो नॉर्मल रीडिंग है. आप सिर्फ एंशियस हो रहे हो, यू आर गेटिंग एंशियस और यू आर एंटिसिपेटिंग कि मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ा होगा, इस वजह से आपको उस टाइम हाई ब्लड प्रेशर आ रहा है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाइट कोट सिंड्रोम और सूडो हाइपरटेंशन. Another short way of finding out whether you have pseudo hypertension or an actual hypertension is to use an ABPM. What is ABPM? Ambulatory blood pressure monitor. Ambulatory blood pressure monitor. I had the same problem. When I used to check my blood pressure, it was on the higher side, but not that high. When I used to get it checked by my nearby doctor, उस टाइम तो मेरा 220, 130 हो रहा था, और डॉक्टर साहब ने बोले एडमिट हो जाओ. डॉक्टर साहब इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, मुझे पता है 160, 170 तो रह रहा है, पर इतना नहीं रह रहा. So what we did was, we had an ambulatory BP measurement done. So what is done during that is, a BP machine is put on your machine, on your body for 24 hours. And it continuously monitors your blood pressure. So there is a cuff tied here and the monitor tied on your waist. So you have to sleep with it. Every 1 hour it is going to test your blood pressure and record it in its small memory chip. After you get the graphs, you can make out कब बढ़ रहा था, कब कम हो रहा था, what could be the probable reasons for your high blood pressure. So that is a short way of finding out whether you are actually hypertensive or not. So now we know how to diagnose hypertension. I have alarmed you a lot, but there is a little more alarming left. it's very dangerous, I have told you, but how dangerous? What can it all result in? It's a leading risk for cardiovascular disease. What are cardiovascular disease? It can lead to heart failure, it can lead to stroke, it can lead to heart attack, and some other diseases which are mentioned here. How? Let's understand that also in very simple terms. जब ब्लड का फ्लो या प्रेशर ज्यादा है तो क्या हो रहा है? नहीं, ब्लड तो हार्ट के साथ क्या हो रहा है? हार्ट is over time. It is working over time. And if I ask you to run for 24 hours continuously, what is going to happen to you? You will collapse. You will faint. Similarly, the heart also fails. Its muscles will become weak. The ventricles will enlarge, which is called as left ventricular hypertrophy and must be somewhere. Or if some clots because of high blood pressure जब flow से जा रहा है कुछ तो क्या होगा? धक्का लगेगा तो क्या होगा? अगर मैंने आपको यहाँ पर मुंह पे थप्पड़ मारा, कितनी चोट लगेगी? थोड़ी सी. मैंने हथौड़ा मारा तो जबड़ा टूट जाएगा ना? थोड़ी ज़्यादा नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा, और टूट ही जाएगा. Similar thing is happening to the walls of the arteries. When the blood pressure is moving slowly in the normal, it will not affect. But अगर बहुत ज़्यादा blood pressure से move कर रहा है, तो it will damage the walls of the arteries. Walls of the arteries will become thin. They may balloon out, और एक aneurysm form हो जाता है. जो बाहर निकलता है ना, ballooning, that is called as aneurysm. और अगर वो weak तो होएगी ना wall. अगर कभी वो aneurysm फट गया, तो क्या होगा? Life-threatening situation. Internal bleed. And heart failure तो मैंने बता ही दिया कैसे हो. और अगर मेरे थप्पड़ मारने से थोड़ा बहुत अगर थप्पड़ मारती हूँ तो कई बार बच्चों ने टॉफी चॉकलेट यहाँ रखी है तो मुझे अंदर आ जाती है ना, आधी किसी बच्चे को पता करना हो ना चॉकलेट रखी है ऐसे करके है ना कि देखो है या नहीं है, ऐसे पता लगता है. तो यहाँ जितने भी क्लास उस पर डिपॉजिटेड होते हैं ना, थप्पड़ खाने से वो क्लास डिसलॉज हो जाते हैं. वो डिसलॉज हुए एंड दे मूव एंड दे रीच योर ब्रेन, ब्लॉक द सर्कुलेशन ऑफ द ब्रेन एंड कॉज स्ट्रोक. So these are all the threats which can happen because of the dangers or the health risk of having high blood pressure for a long time. It can also lead to blindness. It can also lead to chronic kidney failure because a lot of load comes on the kidneys also. Kidneys circulation कहाँ तक आता है? Kidney में कहाँ से आता है? कैसे form होता है? It is the blood which is circulating in the entire body which is going to the kidneys to be filtered. तो kidney के ऊपर pressure पड़ेगा and that is why it can lead to chronic kidney failure also. Next. So, what is the answer to this problem? The answer to this problem is, for every problem is vaccine. Vaccine ना पहले prevent करो. Problem को आने क्या दो? तो इसकी vaccine क्या है? Lifestyle modification. Lifestyle modification में सबसे पहले क्या आता है? Lose those extra pounds. वेट कम करो. वेट कितना कम होना चाहिए? BMI किसने चेक कराया था? किसका ज्यादा आया था? जिसका आया था उसको कितना रखना चाहिए BMI? 24 पॉइंट सामने लिखा हुआ है. 20 था तो ठीक है, 25 तो ज्यादा है. 24.9 से नीचे होना चाहिए. 18.5 से लेकर 24 परफेक्ट. योर BMI should be between 18.5 to 24.9. There is a formula to calculate the BMI. You can come and ask me later on. Let's not waste time here. And more than that, you should take care of your waistline. Abdominal circumference is very important. जितनी ज़्यादा abdominal circumference होगी, उतनी problem ज़्यादा है. ठीक है? Adopt a DASH eating plan. What is a DASH eating plan? DASH eating plan is dietary approaches to stop hypertension. What should it include? जो बादाम, काजू रहने देंगे. बादाम खाते हैं, अखरोट खाते हैं, they are good. That is included in the DASH eating plan. So you have to eat more of vegetables, more of fibers, more of whole grains and nuts, and low dairy fat. Low dairy fat क्या होएगा? Low dairy fat क्या होएगा? दूध कौन सा यूज करें? डबल टोन या टोन. ठीक है? और वैसे भी सैचुरेटेड फैट का इंटेक कम होना चाहिए. तो ऑयल्स कौन से यूज करने चाहिए? सरसों, मस्टर्ड ऑयल. सबका अलग अलग चॉइस है. मैं एक बात बताऊंगी, use all variety of oils. Use it sparingly, moderately, and use a variety of. When I go to buy oil, I never buy a pick 5 liter oil. I always pick 1 liter of pouches of different variety. एक राइस ब्रान ले लेती हूँ, एक सनफ्लावर ले लेती हूँ, एक सोयाबीन ले लेती हूँ, एक विटामिन डी के साथ सप्लीमेंटेड ले लेती हूँ, एक मस्टर्ड ऑयल की बॉटल ले लेती हूँ, एक ऑलिव ऑयल की बॉटल ले लेती हूँ. That is how you should be using. And I am not saying in any way कि देसी घी मत यूज करो. जहाँ जरूरत है वहाँ यूज करो. So make your food the way your grandparents used to make. अगर मेथी बना रहे हैं तो उसको सरसों के तेल में बनाते थे, है ना? साग खा रहे हैं तो देसी घी में खाते थे. You can adopt the same things. So you must use a variety of oils because each one has got its own advantages and disadvantages. So by using all of them, जिसके अंदर जो disadvantage है उसको दूसरे के advantages से cover up करना. So that is how you should be using your oils. Next is say no to sodium. So sodium क्या है? Salt. NaCl जो हम खाते हैं. करना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है. एसीपी की इच्छा सबको रहती है. एसीपी से समझा? सबके कान खड़े हो गए एसीपी से. रहती है ना? एसीपी की इच्छा रहती कि नहीं रहती? एसीपी नहीं समझा है. शॉर्ट करियर प्रमोशन. नहीं कोडिंग है. इट इज अचार चटनी पापड़. अचार चटनी पापड़. इंडियन डाइट या इंडियंस खासकर खाना अपना अचार चटनी पापड़ के बिना नहीं खाता. एंड दैट इज ऑल हाई इन सॉल्ट. और दूसरा जो नेक्स्ट ट्रेंड चला ऑफ हैविंग प्रोसेस फूड, वो तो और जबरदस्त है. सारे प्रोसेस फूड में नमक ज्यादा होता है क्योंकि उसको रखना है तो उसमें नमक चाहिए चाहिए. अब क्या करना है? अनसॉल्टेड वैरायटी ऑफ बटर ले आओ. खाना ही है तो अनसॉल्टेड ले आओ. ठीक है. दूसरा तरीका नमक कम करने का है. नमक को क्या डालोगे? नींबू. अगर नमक कम है और नींबू की क्वांटिटी बराबर है तो खाना खा सकते हो, टेस्ट अच्छा लगे. तो नमक कम करके नींबू बढ़ाना. ठीक है. करेले, कड़वी चीजें, तली हुई चीजें, भरवा सब्जियां कृपया कम से कम बनाएं. बता रहे क्योंकि कड़वे हैं. कड़वे करेले के अंदर नमक ज्यादा डलेगा. ठीक है. भरवा चीजों के अंदर नमक ज्यादा डलेगा. इसलिए कृपया इन सब चीजों का इस्तेमाल कम से कम करिए. और अगर कम नमक के साथ कर सकते हैं तो कोई वो आई डोंट माइंड दैट. नींबू डाल दो. I'm coming to that. Another way, the culprit in salt is the sodium, not the chloride. So what we can do is we replace our salt with KCl, NaCl with KCl. What is KCl? That is सेंधा नमक, काला नमक. जहाँ मन करे लस्सी बिना नमक के नहीं पी सकते, काला नमक डाल लो. सैलेड में जरूर नमक डालने का मन करता है, काला नमक डाल लो. ठीक है. डाल सकते हो. हाँ, तो sea salt is KCl only. It's not sodium chloride. So you can replace ideal amount of salt that is required to be taken is just 1 teaspoon in the whole day. एक चम्मच से ज्यादा नमक नहीं खाना चाहिए पूरे दिन में. एक चम्मच से ज्यादा नहीं खाना चाहिए. 6 ग्राम इतना ही होता है. नेक्स्ट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी बढ़ाओ. रन, डांस, जॉग, डू एनीथिंग. पागल हो जाओ, भाग लो. ठीक है. कुछ भी करो बट फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करो 30 मिनट्स के लिए मिनिमम, एटलीस्ट थ्राइस अ वीक. ओके. नेक्स्ट, स्मोकिंग सेसेशन. लीव स्मोकिंग. बता दिया क्यों लीव करना है, वो मैं आपको पहले ही बता चुकी हूँ. कट बैक ऑन द booze. Booze means stop drinking if you drink. That also I have told you. And most important of all, please try to get a handle on your stress. I don't know how that. Okay, I am myself admitting that. I don't know how. So you will have to find your own way to find that handle on the stress. Whether you want to just walk to sleep, pursue some hobbies, or just do anything. Okay. So you have to find out whether you can cut down on your stress by meditating. I have never meditated. I don't know, and I find it very tough. I can't sit quiet and peaceful for 1 minute, so I can't actually advocate also. मुझे नहीं मालूम है. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing, but then we have to find an answer to it. So we have to find out individually what these stresses are. Shopping. औरतों को shopping de-stress बहुत करता है. But your husband will not like it. Yes.
Stress versus shopping. Shopping is the stress versus.
Okay, for you the strawberry is your cardiovascular risk will decrease, your heart failure rates will decrease, incidence of stroke will also decrease. Now coming on to hypertension myths and facts. We have lots of myths and misunderstandings associated with hypertension. जब कोई एक इंसान घर में बीमार पड़ता है तो उसको देखने के लिए एक डॉक्टर नहीं आता, 100 डॉक्टर आते हैं। जितने रिश्तेदार हैं सारे डॉक्टर, है ना। और आजकल रिश्तेदार इतने टेक्स्ट आ रही हैं, सब गूगल पहले पढ़ के आते हैं बताने के लिए। एक बीमारी का नाम बता मुझे, मैंने पढ़ा था उसमें ये होता है, तुम्हें ये तो नहीं हो रहा, अच्छा ये वाली दवाई नहीं, ये वाला डॉक्टर फलाना अच्छा है, वो वाला खराब है, उसके पास चले जाना। आधा तो स्ट्रेस वही दे देते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये जो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स है, they come out of YouTube and Google and WhatsApp. Please don't believe what is being circulated on Google and WhatsApp. Please ask your physician whether it is true or not. Okay? The first myth that we usually find is high blood pressure is not a big deal. ये तो सबको होता है। आपने किसी को बोल दिया ना मुझे ब्लड प्रेशर क्या हो गया, सबको होता है, मुझे नहीं। तुम गिरने वाले कुएं में तो मुझे नहीं गिरना, मैं भी कुएं में गिर जाऊँ। I am being alert, है ना। But that's a common thing which everybody says. It's not a big deal. क्या हो गया, है ना? Just remember, it is a silent killer. Don't forget this line. This should remain embedded in your mind. It is a silent killer. Second is, बुड्ढों को होता है, जवानों को थोड़ी ना होता है। जहाँ कहती हो अभी कौन सा तुम बूढ़े हो गए, तुम्हें ब्लड प्रेशर आया होना शुरू हो गया। I have seen in my practice, even people as young as 20 years have got severe or malignant hypertension. And why to see, call it my practice, every year I find out one hypertensive child in class 12th. Class 12th के बच्चों का ब्लड प्रेशर चेक करती हूँ, मुझे 1 या 2 बच्चे हाई ब्लड प्रेशर वाले मिलते हैं। क्या है, क्योंकि तो छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, तो एल्डरली की प्रॉब्लम कहाँ से होगी, तो किसी को भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। एंड थर्ड इज, मेरे को कोई सिम्टम भी नहीं है, मेरे को ब्लड प्रेशर कहाँ से होगा, कुछ है ही नहीं, होगा क्या बोलेंगे डॉक्टर ने धंधा बना रखा आजकल। That is the word which is being used. हाँ मैं ब्लड प्रेशर आया, मुझे कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है, काम मुझे बता रहे हैं मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर आया है, ध्यान रखना मेरे को, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, ऐसा हो जाएगा, वैसा हो जाएगा। Please remember it is a silent killer again. Okay? सिम्टम्स तभी आएंगे जब ऑर्गन डैमेज हो चुकी होगी, जब हाथ से तलवार, म्यान से तलवार निकल चुकी होगी, तब पता लगेगा। नेक्स्ट, जिसको ब्लड प्रेशर ज़्यादा होता है उसको बहुत बढ़िया एक्सक्यूज होता है, मेरा गुस्सा इसलिए आता है क्योंकि मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर ज़्यादा रहता है, बहुत एक्सक्यूज होता है। बिल्कुल जिसको गुस्सा आता है उसका ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ाओ, तो कल्प्रिट तो गुस्सा है, ब्लड प्रेशर नहीं है, इट्स अदर वे अराउंड। मुझे नींद इसलिए नहीं आती क्योंकि मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर ज़्यादा रहता है, ऐसा नहीं है। मेरे को नींद नहीं आ रही है, मैं नहीं सो रहा हूँ प्रॉपर्ली, इसलिए मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ा। दिस इज द नेक्स्ट मिथ। द थर्ड वन इज, जब एक बार बीपी की मेडिसिन शुरू कर दी, लाइफ लॉन्ग लेनी पड़ेगी। डिपेंड करता है किस तरह का ब्लड प्रेशर है, एसेंशियल हाइपरटेंशन है और बहुत ज़्यादा सीवियर नहीं है, मैलिग्नेंट वाली कैटेगरी में नहीं गया, तो हम उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। इट्स नॉट दैट कि अगर हमने एक बार शुरू कर ली तो हम बंद ही नहीं कर सकते। ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज ओल्ड हैबिट्स डाई हार्ड। नई हैबिट्स को अडॉप्ट करना मुश्किल होता है, लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस लेके आना मुश्किल होता है, बट अगर आप रिक्विजिट लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस ले आते हैं, यू कैन स्लोली कंट्रोल योर ब्लड प्रेशर एंड यू कैन वीन ऑफ योर मेडिसिन। मिथ नंबर 6, ब्लड प्रेशर कैन बी क्योर्ड। ब्लड प्रेशर कैनॉट बी क्योर्ड। जीरो कैसे हो सकता है ब्लड प्रेशर? इट कैन बी मैनेज्ड। If it is low, you can make it normal. If it is high, you can make it normal. Okay. Myth number 7. If I miss my BP medicines, I can stop my medicine once the BP becomes okay. Is it right? मैंने 1 हफ्ता दवाई ली, मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर नॉर्मल हो गया, मैं दवाई बंद कर सकती हूँ। Is it right? गलत। क्यों गलत है? क्योंकि जब हम दवाई 1 हफ्ता लेते हैं, उसकी क्वांटिटी, हमारी दवाई की मेडिसिनल क्वांटिटी हमारे ब्लड स्ट्रीम में बहती रहती है। That level of medicine is maintained in our blood. When for a few days this is maintained, till the time the whole of it gets excreted by the kidneys. जब वो excrete होगी, आपका ब्लड प्रेशर वापस बैक टू स्क्वायर वन आ जाएगा। ठीक है? तो ये मत सोचो कि आप ब्लड प्रेशर की दवाई बंद कर सकता हूँ क्योंकि मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर नॉर्मल आ रहा है। Same with thyroid medication. They are just supplements. So you need constant monitoring to wean off your medicines, and that should be done only under the supervision of the doctor, not by yourself. Last myth, right? Quote, hypertension is harmless. तो मेरा तो सिर्फ डॉक्टर के पास जाकर ब्लड प्रेशर ज़्यादा रहता है, घर में मैं ठीक होता हूँ, मुझे कुछ नहीं है। अंगारों में चलना शुरू कर दिया पहले, ठीक है? अंगारों के पास चलना नहीं शुरू किया, ठीक है? अंगारों के पास चले हो, खड़े हो, उसका हीट आनी शुरू हो गई है, पैर जल सकते हैं, थोड़ा आगे चलोगे, 2-4 साल आगे बढ़ोगे, हाइपरटेंशन हो जाएगा। So it is not totally harmless. You are already treading on that path. So you have to be alert. Next. I finished with hypertension now, so you can be relaxed. I'll leave you early. Not early, on time probably. Yes, I'll leave you on time. So what is hypertension? Hypertension is low blood pressure. Which is more dangerous? Hypertension or hypotension?
Hyper.
No, which is more dangerous?
Hyper.
वो हाइपरटेंशन तो धीरे धीरे करके एंडोक्राइन डैमेज कर रहा है, पता ही नहीं चल रहा, सालों में कर रहा है। हाइपरटेंशन तो एक ही मिनट में कर देगा। आपके ब्रेन को जो ऑक्सीजन मिलना चाहिए था नहीं मिला तो हो गया ना डैमेज, which is more dangerous तो। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है 100 और 70 का हो गए मेरे को लो ब्लड प्रेशर हो रहा है, नहीं, 90-60 से नीचे होगा तब, ठीक है? ये ध्यान रखना। सिम्टम्स क्या आएंगे? वेरी सिमिलर, चक्कर आएंगे, वीकनेस होगी, थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है डिफरेंशिएट करना हाइपरटेंशन फ्रॉम हाइपोटेंशन। सिर्फ डॉक्टर के पास जाओ, चेक कराओ, दैट इज योर बीपी रीडिंग्स आर द ओनली अथॉरिटी टू डायग्नोज, ठीक है? हाँ, मन भी करेगा पढ़ाने का, बात भी ठीक है। So what to do? What to do? Take lots of water, take lots of salt, coffee पियो और भाग लो थोड़ा सा, और उस टाइम इतने चक्कर आ रहे थे भाग नहीं सकते, तो क्या करना है? You can have anything which will excite you, okay, or which will increase your BP. For example, caffeine, चाय, कॉफी, दोनों में से कुछ भी ले सकते हो, चॉकलेट खा सकते हो, पानी, और रेगुलर अगर रहता है तो पानी ज़्यादा पियो और साथ में सोडियम क्लोराइड वाला नमक लो, ठीक है? ये ध्यान। Coming on to the last slide. The last slide is why blood pressure control is challenging. Last point is very important. Okay, I'll come to why this is. Silent nature of hypertension. पता ही नहीं है, वो चुपके से हमारे कमरे में घुस जाएगा चोर, तो हमें पता लगेगा वो चोर ही है। अंधेरे में चुपके से अंदर घुसता, हमें पता ही नहीं लगता, तो हम कैसे अलर्ट होंगे, है ना? लाइफ टाइम मेडिकेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, इसीलिए बहुत लोग ब्लड प्रेशर की मेडिसिन को स्टार्ट नहीं करना चाहते हैं, and then it comes with an additional cost. Who would like to pay that cost? Third thing, it is not easy. As I said, old habits die hard, है ना? So it is not easy to change your lifestyle. For me also it is tough. I think every day आज सुबह उठ के सैर करने जाना नहीं कर सकती, बहुत मुश्किल है। It is very easy to preach but very difficult to practice. So that is why it takes a lot of effort in doing that. And when you go to the doctor, it's rarely the thing that will catch the attention of the doctor, because the clinician is only going to press on the most distressing issue which you are talking about. वो क्या करेगा? आप दर्द बता रहे हो तो उसी को एड्रेस करेगा, उसी की दवाई देगा। बीपी के तो कोई सिम्टम भी नहीं है, चेक भी कर लेगा तो कहेगा कोई बात नहीं, आप एक बार मॉनिटर करो, फिर देखेंगे। As I said, diagnosis of hypertension requires a pattern of reading. एक हफ्ते बाद पेशेंट डॉक्टर के पास जाते ही नहीं है, जाए तो कुछ करे, जब वो दर्द ठीक हो गया हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So, as I said, accurate diagnosis requires a pattern of readings, and in most of the cases, it is resistant hypertension. क्यों resistant हो रहा है hypertension? Which is not responding to treatment also. क्यों हो रहा है? Can somebody tell me? एक ही culprit है बहुत बड़ा, stress. चिंता चिता समान, चिंता ने चिता ही बना दी है, ठीक है? वही कारण है कि hypertension बड़ा resistance show कर रहा है to treatment. And the last thing, our healthcare system is designed to react, not to reach out, which I am trying to revamp. उल्टा करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ। सब एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं डॉक्टर का काम है सिर्फ ट्रीटमेंट देना, प्रिवेंटिव मोड पे नहीं काम करता हमारा हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम। कोई डॉक्टर आपको एजुकेट नहीं करेगा, वो कहेगा अच्छा ब्लड प्रेशर जब होगा तो बता दो दवाई दे दूंगा। कोई आपको उस टाइम बैठ के ये नहीं बताएगा कि आज 90 हो रहा है, भैया आज से ही लाइफस्टाइल चेंजेस करने शुरू कर दो, ये हो जाएगा। दैट इज द फॉल्ट विद आवर मेडिकल सिस्टम एंड I would say you are lucky that we are trying to revamp that system, and I keep pressing everybody कि please मेरी workshop जरूर attend करना। I'm making special efforts to do this, so please say a little thanks to me, and I would thank you for doing a patient listening and bearing with all the, I will not call it bullshit, but all the important information which I gave. Thank you so much.